If I was a golden doodle, explain Epstein Island to me.
R. Kelly was just peeing on everybody.
What?
I promise you it's a real thing.
Why did you decide to get the tribal tattoo? What tribe are you in? Is it dumb to say that I still think that it looks cool to smoke a cigarette?
It's not a cool thing.
No, that's a true thing.
So would you, if you were about to go to jail for something you didn't do, but you knew that Joe did it, would you be like, it was Joe, it wasn't me?
Why would you even have to say that?
100%.
Here we go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another banger of an episode of Don't Be Sour with the boys. We have a very special guest, not Joe, Ryan Ankrom, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Woo.
Thank you.
And Joe.
Hi.
Now, Ryan, do you know why Joe and I decided that you should be our guest on this episode?
I can probably guess.
What'd you say?
Well, I think you're going to get a little controversial.
We just like people who have open minds.
I thought it's because no one else would come.
No, I have a lot of friends who want to come. Christian's already booked. He's booked a slot. I have slots now.
Bro, Christian and Heidi been in Alaska for like a month.
I just found out they were there
but
yesterday.
Dude, they've been there for so long. He texted me like, let's play basketball, and then he went to Alaska, and he just been gone for like a month.
See, Joe, that's the difference between you and Christian is, you have to sit at a desk from 9 to 5, and Christian can do what he wants.
What are they doing there?
I don't think he wants to be in Alaska.
Yes, he does.
Let's be real, dude. No one wants to be in Alaska for a month. Alaska's cool for like a couple days.
Isn't it crazy that in Alaska there's like times where it just like there'll be like an hour of sunlight in the entire day?
It was negative. The high was negative 29 the other day.
What are they doing there?
Just sitting inside.
Heidi's family's from Alaska, so they
Right,
went
yeah,
there
I knew
for
that.
Christmas, and they did like a wedding there. So
What, a
Christian's
month?
officially a married man.
Yeah.
Ooh, who would have thought?
I know. Ryan, introduce yourself, dude. Who are you? What do you do? You've been on the podcast before, but you were one of the earliest episodes, like number
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yep. My name is Ryan, and I own Anabar, the greatest tasting protein bar on the planet.
Nice.
Former YouTuber, former Ohioan, turned Texan.
Joe's a former YouTuber as well.
I'm coming back, dude.
He comes back once.
Yeah. I'll be back.
You know what I'm liking
Anytime he
about
buys a new car, he comes back.
Schwarzenegger.
What'd you say?
What?
I am excited about this episode because we're filming these a lot more in real time. This is like 2 days before it goes live. So there's some current event things that we are going to talk about that are relevant to when this is going to go up, which normally we film them a long time ahead of time. I got no more guests. Now it's just with the boys.
Well, you just kind of transitioned away from it, right? You're just kind of doing like you and Joe. This is kind of like Joe's podcast too now, is it not?
Yeah, it's like Joe's
This
podcast.
is mine.
If Joe was a co-host that just put zero money into the show, that would be what Joe's.
That's
But then
me.
again, I don't have a show if I don't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah.
That's me and Rim though. I show up, I sit down, we do the podcast, I leave. That's it.
I'm just a good time.
You are a good time.
Yeah.
I want to talk about 2024. First week, done. Now, I know everyone set some goals, okay? Everyone sets goals for the new year.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
You go post on Instagram real quick, new year, new me. Within 8 days, you forget about all of that.
First week, how was your first week of 2024? Has it been the exact same in 2023? Because if it has, that's your fault.
I've worked out every day this week.
Okay.
I give that about one more week before I give up on that one.
I have not worked out.
We're
My
real
goals
bad.
were to start last Monday, and I abandoned every single one of them. I got sick.
Why?
I got sick, and who wants to have goals when you're sick?
You got a point.
I was going to go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym. I was going to stop vaping. I didn't stop vaping. I was going to stop smoking. I didn't stop smoking. But we're going to just kick it off to next Monday.
Just do that 52 times.
Yeah.
2025.
Well, I want you guys to know that I have been actively working towards and succeeding at my goals, or one of them. One of them has been I want to start having more patience. Because I get into a lot of scenarios where I just want to just scream at the person I'm talking to internally. A lot of times I feel bad because a lot of times it's like customer service. I don't scream at the customer service, but like I get so frustrated because like they just don't understand what I'm trying to say. And what I'm doing is now I get in my head and I kind of I'm realizing it. So I'm gonna give you the example. Yesterday, AC guy came to do like my routine maintenance on the house, right? They do it like twice a year. And They came at 9 o'clock. They didn't finish till like 1, which is already kind of frustrating. But then like I'm already in a kind of a rush because I want to get to work. And he starts like telling me about kind of the system. And then he starts like explaining the AC system to me of like what this is. And I caught myself because I usually what I would say, and I don't say it in a rude way, but I'm gonna say it this way, but this isn't how it actually comes out. But I'm like, I don't care how it works. I don't care what was in this. Just can you fix it? Can you not fix it? I don't care the cost. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't need to know how the system works. Just fix it. But right when I was about to, I thought to myself, Max, 2024 Max. And I went, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no, I see that.
You know what they're doing, right? They're trying to make you feel better about the amount of money you're about to spend. They feel like if they explain it to you and it's complicated as shit, you're more likely to be like, okay, when they tell you it's $8,000.
Or
like
they're
trying to justify it.
Or the guy's just very passionate about his job and he just, he wants to talk about it. You know what I mean?
They could. But
You do get, I've heard you get snippy on the phone with
I
delivery
can't help
drivers. If there's a delivery driver that can't find the building, I
my
have
God.
heard Max gets very upset. Max like, sir, it's on Google Maps.
Well, because they're just
Stop
like,
calling
they're
me.
like, where's the building? I'm like, it's at this address. And they're like, all right, I'm at the stoplight. Like, which way do I go? I'm like, if you just put the address, the building's been here for 10 years. If you just put in your phone, I don't know where you are. I don't know what direction you're in. Like,
Bro, I think that with Uber drivers all the fucking, or like Uber Eats, when they're just like, oh, like, where's your house? I'm like, where it says it is on the map. Like, well, I'm pulling into this where do I go left or right? Like, I just put it in the map. I don't understand why you can't do that.
I don't know, man. So you guys have no, first week's been nothing. So 2024 means nothing to you guys?
I'm trying to be a little bit more of a yes guy. I'm trying to be less upset about everything all the time.
Yeah, but you've been a yes man your whole life.
I've been a no man my whole life.
I'm trying to stop thinking I'm getting fucked at every turn.
You are.
That's
Sorry.
That's where a lot of that comes from. Because when I deal with people on a daily basis, and I send my condescending emails every single day to all of our
Per my
retailers,
last email.
to all of our retailers and distributors, I get upset very quickly because I always think I'm getting screwed at when it comes to the AC guy, when it comes to anything. I'm always thinking like, how am I getting fucked in this situation?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to Taylor one time. When because we'll buy things for the house. I'll buy cameras and won't even think about it. But I'll get so angry when something is like when the dryer person has come out and I spend $300 on the dryer, right? It's fixed dryer because it's like every day there's just like a cost of something that I didn't plan for, and it's like every day it happens to me.
Dude, that's why I sold my house.
Yeah,
I was hemorrhaging cash in that house.
Well, I think a lot of it too is just the inconvenience. Like even my lawn guy coming to mow the grass, like the fact that I have to get up off my desk and walk downstairs and hand him cash is
Zelle, dude. I'd Zelle my guy.
well, there's a language barrier there, and I don't know how to get past it.
At least they're doing something. I hate spending money on things I'm not going to notice. That's my like you spend $1,000 on camera, cool. The yard guy, at least the yard's going to get cut. But like when it's like, oh, your dishwasher broke and now it's $2,000 get a new, like you didn't know you were going to spend $2,000 on a dishwasher, nor do you care. You're not going to get a new one and be like, fuck yeah, we got a new dishwasher. Or like your AC, or in my case, my pool broke like once a week. I probably put $10,000 in that goddamn pool. I didn't even use the pool.
You know what we should do?
Pools are a terrible investment.
We should sell all of our houses, okay? And we should move. We should move
Apartments?
to an island,
That's even worse.
but
It would fall apart immediately.
not just any island. You want to make sure you don't go to the island,
The island.
the E island. Can you say it?
yeah.
Epstein. Ooh.
Yeah.
can.
You can.
Okay.
Can't say the P word.
Okay. First
See.
of all, I want to break this because you guys probably know way more about this than I do because it is a hot topic right now. First of all, who is Epstein? I don't even know. Is he a politician?
No, he's a billionaire. He's an investment banker, technically.
Literally just a rich guy.
So he's just a rich guy who owned an island, and then he would allow other rich people to come to the island and just do whatever, and then now they're learning what that whatever was.
Yeah. Not just at the island, though. They were shipping these girls around.
If I was a golden doodle, explain Epstein Island to me.
Epstein Island is essentially what rich people do. They buy islands. In this case, Epstein. What's his first name? Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, he bought this island, this ridiculous house, and he essentially would just take all of his.
Wait, where is it? Where's the island? In the water, obviously.
Caribbean somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
But he would essentially take all of, I mean, you name it, actors, politicians.
How's he friends with those people?
Rich.
Because you're rich. Rich buys you different rooms to be in. Bud.
Okay, but now the issue is that he was facilitating things for these people,
Like
that
organizing it.
wasn't legal. Yeah, it wasn't. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't just the island.
Okay.
There's records of like Prince Andrew.
Who's that?
In London, I don't know, the king's brother, I think.
Okay.
Like going to meet at Epstein's apartment in the UK to meet up with girls that Epstein would get in for him. This guy was basically just a facilitator of getting underage women in rooms with very rich individuals.
Well, actually, yeah, that's where his wife, Ghislaine?
Yeah, Maxwell something.
Yeah, that's where she was the one essentially. She was just rounding up all the females and just giving them to him and all his buddies.
Okay.
I don't think this is going to sound really bad.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
First of all, disclaimer. The Don't Be Sour show in no way condones any of the actions that were performed potentially on or around in, thought about anything of the Epstein Island.
Why would you even have to say that?
Because I don't know, bro.
But it's kind of like the guy that's like, if someone tells me that they're not a pedophile, by like the 10th time, like, you're now a pedophile. You know?
Yeah, if you say I'm not racist.
All right, keep going, Joe.
Anyways, I don't know enough about this. I don't think the girls were like super underaged. Like I think they were like 16, 17, 18. I don't think there was like 10-year-olds and stuff. Like I don't not that makes it much better, but like
but
at least I don't think it was like children, but it was still underage girls. That was the issue. And even if they were of age, it's still sketchy that you were bringing in like undocumented young girls, even if they were of age, and then like putting them in rooms with like Bill Clinton and allegedly.
It wasn't like these people. Again, I don't know anything about this.
It was having like orgy parties and shit.
So it's not like the people that they were taking were not like kidnapped and taken there. It's like they were there, then they would go away.
I mean, there was just trafficked.
Yeah.
That would be traffic.
I don't
It seems
think
like some of them came from very poor countries where like they were probably sold to them and then came and probably not smart enough or know that like they can leave.
I kind of thought it was like a Dan Bilzerian type of vibe where it's like I'm Epstein. Like, you want to come to my island? Girl, people are like, yeah.
Well,
so I didn't know it was like kind of like against their will.
That's what she was doing. She was like buddy, like becoming really close with these girls and convincing them to come hang out at the island and we'll pay you and we'll take care of you.
How was your
what
wife
you're gonna
also
do.
like a piece of shit
I don't
too?
think it was his wife. I think it was his assistant. I don't think it was his wife.
Oh,
I don't think they were together. Were they?
I think he's talking about Ghislaine.
Yeah, I don't think that was his wife.
That was his wife.
No, I didn't know that.
the one organizing it.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a.
She was literally
partner.
going out because I think it originally started at their place because they lived down there. Was it? They live in Mar-a-Lago.
I don't know.
I think they lived in Palm Beach, Florida, or something. In one of that big rich community down there. But she was essentially going around just roping up girls for him, like, "Hey, come over," and then it kind of turned into like massages, and then that turned into handies, and it just kind of spiraled from there. And then it kind of then I think it just kind of like became a huge thing and just spiraled from there. But all the people that came out on the list, because I think the full list hasn't been released.
No, we got like 30 names so far, and there's like 150 still.
Okay, hold on. Before we get to the list,
Yeah.
I want to continue to focus on the island itself.
Yeah.
If go ahead.
Other stuff went down on the island as well. So that's like the hard line here.
Like
is
hunting people kind of thing?
That'd be sick. No, there were people
What'd you
that
say?
went to the. You
said that'd be sick?
Yeah, most dangerous game.
Yeah,
It's a great idea.
that's what rich people do.
Someone probably does.
Wait,
do
quick
that.
question, Joe. If a billionaire said, Joe, you come to my island, no funny games, I'll give you 24-hour heads up, or I'll give you 12 hours head start. If you survive on my island for 48 hours and it's just me and my guns, you have nothing.
Who's a billionaire?
Mark Cuban.
Nah, I'm not making out on that one.
What?
Mark's kind of crazy. He gives me a weird
Nah,
vibe.
dude, he's slowing down. He's getting old.
Yeah, but he's got a gun.
Yeah,
just-
but
you just
If you
put
would have
le-
said like
you
Bill
just-
Gates or somebody, like I'll take.
You
that
put
deal.
leaves over your head.
Like Jeff Bezos. I feel like that motherfucker's hunting me down.
I don't know. He's in his. How old is he? He's in his 60s, isn't he?
Who?
Mark Cuban.
I don't know.
no matter what, he's still got more money than us.
Yeah.
Okay, so when
Anyway, hold up. What I was
Okay.
saying, the island, there was other shit. So you had very influential people go to the island, potentially just for dinner to meet with Epstein about finance stuff and investments and stuff, or going for a party or whatever.
And they didn't know that.
That had nothing to do with the girl stuff.
Ooh.
So now it's like this weird thing because like
Little
you
muddy.
could be on that flight log but not be a pedo. Like there wasn't a direct tie. Like not everyone that went to the island was doing or even knew about what was going on. Apparently, it was like in separate houses on the island that a lot of people didn't even know existed.
When you buy an island, I'm sure all of us have knowledge about this. Do you still fall under the I don't know if the jurisdiction is the word of the Caribbean, or you're like anarchy? I can do whatever I want.
I think you still fall under wherever you're
Okay.
located.
Because I mean, Dana White bought an island during COVID so that he could continue to have UFC fights. So you can buy an island. You can buy an island anywhere you want. I'm sure you can get away, with certain things on there. Now, if you're just sacrificing people, I'm sure at some point.
Frowned upon.
Yeah.
Now let's get to this list. Now, when did all this happen?
Like when did this all first start? I mean, it started
Like early
4 years ago.
Well, like we found out about it.
Yeah.
The actual acts were like through the 2000s.
Oh, because like Clinton and stuff was there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this list, they got, because the list was sealed, right? The government sealed it, which
Yes.
means they had to have gotten in trouble. Well, I don't understand all this.
Conspiracy theories did.
About why the documents were sealed.
Okay, so here's what I think is happening. So there was an island, bad stuff happened. Government figured out about it. Hey, y'all can't do that. Okay, here's all the documents. Here's all the lists and stuff. We're billionaires. We're gonna make sure that this doesn't get out there. Okay, government, we're gonna seal this up. Whatever that means, goes into a safe. Years later, no longer sealed. Here's my questions.
Wasn't sealed, it was redacted. Basically, if you're in the case, you could know about it. If you're outside the case, the judge ordered no one can know about it. And which I kind of get. Like, yeah, it looks really bad. They're protecting like a bunch of fucking pedos and weird people. But, I mean, did you have former presidents on this list? There's current world leaders on the list. Like, we haven't got them yet, but like they've confirmed like there's current presidents of different countries on this fucking list.
Well, he got picked up and questioned like a few times, did he not?
I think so.
But he
Yeah.
kept he just kept getting out of it.
Well, I mean, when you have, that's the other thing too, is like you got to wonder, like, did he have shit on these people? We had to. If you have Bill Clinton on your list and you have a record of Bill Clinton sleeping with an underage girl, like you're kind of untouchable. Because if I go down, I'm taking him down with me. I mean, you got to, it wasn't, Bill Clinton's not even the biggest dog on that list. You have princes, you have royalty on this list. So he's kind of untouchable.
So the list is who went to the island, but they
It's
have
like their flight logs, but then also they interviewed all the girls when this went to court, and a lot of the girls exposed a lot of shit, but we never got to see what was said in court. They fucking sealed all that out.
Why would they seal it? Why would they seal
They
it?
don't want to get out.
But I don't understand how everything's public records, but how can the government just seal something?
The government can do whatever they want.
Fucking half the government's on the goddamn list and do what they want.
whatever
And
you
if
want.
if you seal something, that means okay, this is clearly something that we don't want out. But now it can be unsealed. Like, what is it? Put in a Ziploc bag
Congress.
in the safe? Why don't they just
No, it's just redacted. It's top secret documents. They leaked. There's been people that had like the documents that just got released. There's people on YouTube that have been going over this for 2 years. It was like unsubstantiated, whatever the fuck it's called.
Okay, but
it turns out it was real.
So
but
we don't condone any terrible stuff as more unfolding. But like, if you were trying to cover it up, why wouldn't they just destroy all the evidence?
you can't do that.
Like,
So
you
gotta keep in
physically
mind,
can't, or you
half,
just
let's just say it's half and half in the government, right? So like half the government wants it revealed. So like you can't. I mean, if they destroy it or something, obviously someone's gonna get in trouble.
You meant like the flight logs.
just everything. I don't get how if it's sealed, that means like, oh, eventually it's going to be unsealed. And if it's not, then why wouldn't you just destroy it?
Oh, it's kind of like
Or they're trying to delay it.
keeping something in a filing cabinet. You don't want to get rid of it, but you got to keep it.
It's like all the shit I have in my attic, you know?
Exactly.
I might
Yeah.
need this in a couple years.
You also think too, when they like with all the connections they do have, I mean, how many times like, well, I'm just going to call so and so at the. I mean, the whole FBI is corrupt, so it's I'm sure he knows just as many people in the higher ups of law enforcement that he does through royalty and politicians and everything like that. Not to mention like, but you can keep on going with the whole trial of Ghislaine. I don't know how to say her name. Ghislaine.
Mm-hmm.
You can go down a whole like rabbit hole with this because the trial was what, like 6 weeks long, and they talked about how just, I mean, it was just a fly-by like trial, and she didn't even get that many years comparative. I think she got like 20 years.
I don't know.
Oh, so they got in trouble.
Well,
Epstein and them?
Well, Epstein's
Epstein
dead.
died.
When?
Epstein didn't kill himself.
You never
that?
heard of Epstein didn't kill himself?
Bro, like I don't just play dumb. I don't listen
My
to
man
any
went
of
to
this
prison.
stuff.
He hung himself.
When was
Yeah.
this? When was this?
Like when he first got caught, probably
I don't know what this-
2020, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
He got caught,
Oh.
went to prison, and before they ever got him to trial, he killed himself in his cell, and the guards were sleeping, and no one, and the cameras
And the
didn't
cameras
work.
didn't work in his cell.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of weird
Coincidence?
Maybe.
Clinton Foundation.
Okay. Now, so now it's all going to trial. Now all the people I saw a lot of CEOs resigning. I saw that on Twitter, right? So what do you think realistically is going to happen to everyone on the list? Because how are they going to prove who did stuff, who didn't do stuff?
I mean, all right, no one. Now it's public perception. Anyone that was guilty of a crime has already gone prosecuted over this, right? Because the government already knows about this. So if it was an actual proof of a crime, now it's just going to be what she said versus what he said. Someone's going to say, I slept with Prince Andrew. He's going to say, no, I didn't. But it makes him look really fucking bad now.
They have the one girl that's kind of saying well, this person got a massage from this girl or me, or this one was just there but didn't do anything. There's a lot of that stuff.
It's going to be public perception. It's going to look really bad.
Leo's on there.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on there.
No, not Leo.
The craziest thing to me is I think there's 150 names or something like that in total. I think at the moment it may have changed. But
Are you on there?
Yeah, it might be. Seven names were still redacted. I think it was 7. It was 5 or 7. Out of 150 people, 7 names on that list were able to petition to still stay redacted, so they will not be exposed. I'm like, who the fuck are those people? If you have Prince Andrew on that list and he can't get off of it, what 7 people had enough pull to get off that list?
What are some big names? So Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. That's the craziest one, dude.
You know what, though? I'm going to say something. That it's very nice to know that Epstein Island is handy capable.
Very inclusive island.
Unless
Bill
he had
Clinton.
his tracks on.
He might, you know what? Hawking might have just liked scuba diving or something. He made unrelated.
What?
He spent his summers out
It's
there.
fucking crazy.
Y'all are
Why was he there?
Y'all are not going to up there, dude. Y'all are okay. Bill Gates was there.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Trump was there.
Trump was there.
So here, I saw this the other day, and this may not be true, but I think it was. Out of the 400 pages that were released so far, Trump's only mentions in the entire document were clearing him of any wrongdoing. Apparently, one of the girls confirmed that he was there for a dinner. They saw him one time, Trump.
Oh.
And
And then
he came
someone
right
posted
out.
that it was funny that if this would have incriminated him, they would have fucking released this immediately.
But he came right out when all this happened.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, a long time ago. He came out quite a while ago and
Because there's pictures of him on the jet and shit. It doesn't look good.
yeah. But it's you got to think though. I'm sure some underage shit was going on, but I'm sure some just regular rich people shit was going on. I mean, how much of this is hey, you're rich as fuck, I'm rich as fuck, let's go be rich as fuck together.
Do you think people who know that they're innocent, why do you think it would be a dumb move or they can't do it? Wouldn't they just come out and be like, hey, here's a statement. I didn't do it. I went there. I had the salmon. I ordered I wanted the chicken. Got the salmon. Way overcooked. Ordered green beans. Got mashed potatoes. Hated it. Left the next day.
You got to think, bro, the internet's mind is very small. So there's 150 names on that list. You just got to hope that there's somebody bigger than you on it because they're going to, I would say 10 people are going to get in a lot of trouble and 140 are going to just fly under the radar.
Yeah,
Leo. No one's going to get mad at Leo. They're going to forget within a week.
Jimmy Kimmel's on there.
Is he really?
Yeah. Well, if you go to his,
because Aaron Rodgers, I thought he got pissed off because Aaron Rodgers said he.
that was always the big thing that Jimmy Kimmel was on there. 'Cause if you go to his Instagram, all his comments are limited.
Ooh.
It was just kind of.
He made a threat to
If
Aaron Rodgers.
He's a
gonna
turd.
take him to court or something.
do you think it's
insinuating he was on the list.
is it a bad look? Would it be considered narking to say someone else was on it or someone else did something if you were there too?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's
I was there, but I saw Leo do something else.
Yeah.
Way worse.
What's your thoughts on being a narc?
I don't know. I've never been in a situation where I had to be a narc. I don't
Okay,
know.
I've told Joe this story, but I haven't told the internet this story, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. There was a time when I think I was a narc, but I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
I am in high school. I think about sophomore year, junior year. No. I'm in high school. I don't know. I'm in high school. And I'm big into skateboarding, and I'm big into filming skateboarding. So there's these cameras that are similar to what these are, but back in the day of skateboarding cameras, the popular ones were called a Sony VX1000. It was $1,000. You buy it on eBay, but it was the camera to have. Anyway, so that was everyone had these kind of cameras. And one of my buddies, we'll call him Bob. Bob had this camera, and then one day he goes, Max, my camera got stolen. And I'm like, oh shit, that sucks, man. That's terrible. He's like, yeah, I got stolen from, I don't know how I got stolen, I forgot. got stolen. He's like, oh yeah, I'm filing like police reports and like all this stuff because it was like a really expensive thing. So then, I'm like, okay, your camera's stolen. So then I'm in class, and one of my other buddies, we'll call him George. George taps me on the shoulder, and now George has been known to take some stuff. Okay, he just like maybe some GPS or some cars, the Magellans and stuff.
Okay,
and he's like, yo, Max, because we're buddies. I'm all buddies with everyone. He's like, yo, Max. I'm like, hold on, man. I'm trying to focus on my studies, but what's up? And he's like, yo, like you're into these cameras. Like, look what I picked up. Sony VX1000, okay? And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh. But something on it, there was like a broken thing. There was like something that you could realize that was my friend's. I was like, so what I did is I go, bro, like, dude, that's, like, where did you get this? He's like, oh, I just stole it from somewhere. And I said, bro, like, that's my friend's. Like, that's my friend's camera. And he's like, oh, shit. And I go, like, I'm like, dude, can I have it and I'll give it back to him? He's like, I know it's your friend's or whatever. Not that it's good. So he's like, but don't, like, I don't want to get in trouble for this. I was like, no, I'm not gonna, I'll just tell him, like, I'll be like, hey, just say you found it or whatever, but just like, I want to give it back because it's my buddies. And he's like, okay. So he gives me the camera. I give the camera back to Bob. Okay. I go, hey, Bob, I'm going to give you this camera back, but you cannot ask where you can't ask where I got it. Just understand that I found it for you and you have it back now. So I need like, just call off the thing, say you found it, whatever. He's like, okay, cool. Got it. Thanks for giving me the camera back. All's good, right? I'm in gym class. A couple days later, I get pulled out of gym class. I go into this back room of a school I didn't even know existed. Police officer in there and the principal. I go, oh shit, what's going on here? Police officer goes, we're aware that you returned a piece of equipment to Bob. I'm getting names mixed up. To Bob, you returned the camera, and I go, oh yeah, no, I think he found it. He's like, no, he said that you gave it back to him. I was like, he's like, where did you get the camera? I was like, oh no, my friend accidentally had it, but I gave it back to him. Like, it's all good. Like, you got the camera back, all good. He's like, I need to know who took the camera. And I said, I can't tell you that. I'm not gonna, like, that's my friend. I'm like, he's gonna get mad at me. I don't know. He said that if I didn't tell him who, and this could have been a tactic. He said, if you don't tell me who stole the camera, then we are gonna say that you stole the camera because you had it in your possession and gave it back to him. So you're the person. And I said, I didn't take it. Mm-hmm. I'm a good guy. I'm doing good right here, giving the camera back. Said, don't care. So, little old Max, I said the name. I said who gave it to me. He goes, okay. I go back to gym class. Okay, he lets me go. He goes back to gym class. The guy who stole the camera is in my gym class. I go in there. I go, hey, bro. Hey, what's up? And he's coming up like kind of smiling. I go, dude, I just got talked to by the cops. I had to tell him it was that you stole the camera. And he's like, what the fuck, man? Mm-hmm. Pissed at me. I'm like, bro, like they were gonna say that I stole it. I didn't steal it. Like, I ain't getting in trouble for this shit. I was like, I'm trying to solve these problems. He's mad at me. He's super mad at me. He ends up getting like probation or something because it was a felony, I guess, or whatever. He gets in trouble, and then literally he wanted to beat my ass the rest of the year. There was a certain time I had to hide at my friend's house because he wanted to like literally beat me up, and I had to go hide at my friend's house. And I think to this day he hates my guts because I told on him. But what was I supposed to do? That's the end of my story. Was I a narc?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Move,
that's a caught off guard type of thing. For one,
how old were you?
15.
Yeah, you're old enough to know better, dude.
Yeah, but
I knew that I was telling on him, but I was like, I'm trying to return the camera. I have a friend who stole it. I have a friend who got it stolen from. I realized that it was his camera. They don't know each other. That's the thing. They don't know each other. So I'm like, oh, I'll be the good guy, dude. Don't steal that camera. Let me give it back to him.
I mean, I guess you could be called a narc, but I'm not going to fully call you a narc because if it was me in that situation, I'd be like I didn't do any of this. Like I'm in this situation because of y'all. I was trying to do something nice, give it back to my homie. If that dude wants to be mad at you, well, that's called narcissism.
And here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing.
Stole it.
I contact the guy who I returned the camera to, and I go, why didn't you just say you found the camera? Why did, like, under your closet, why did you say that? He never talked to me again. He just got the camera back and stopped talking to me.
You probably thought you did it.
Yeah,
you
he
probably thought you were in on
a
it.
part of it. That's why he told on
So
you.
look, I guess at 15 you'd probably be scared, but as a 15-year-old, I feel like you should know that like, if you would have just said you found it to the cops, like worst thing they can possibly do is try to press charges on you, which you gave it back anyways. Like no judge is gonna rule against you in that. You would have been all right if you just said you found it. I know, but like if you would have just been like, hey, I found it at the skate park. I guess he left it there. I gave it back to him. Like
They'd be like, "What skate park? What day?"
I mean, make some. There's no cameras at the skate park. I'm just
Then
saying
you
you
start
could
lying
have
to the
just.
cops.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you
could have gotten away with that.
You're just a wholesome person, Max.
Yeah.
So do you think I'm a bad person for
They
narking?
dangled.
I just don't think you're a good liar.
Yeah.
I don't like lying.
No.
I don't like. But that's the thing. So you said I don't want to get in trouble for this. So
I would have been just more mad. Like, why the fuck y'all get me involved in this stuff? Like, I was trying to be nice.
that's what I'm saying. If you got accused of doing something,
And you're probably
didn't-
just scared. Like
You shouldn't
now,
touch the camera.
What?
You should have like facilitated them to give it
There
back
you
to each
go.
other. Like you should have never taken the camera in your possession. You should just like put them in contact and be like, hey, give him his camera back, and I'm gonna. Because as soon as you took it, now your friend thinks you stole it.
I think to this day, I think if I ran into both of them, first of all, the guy that I gave the camera back, I'd be like, "Fuck you, bro." Still to this day, you ruined my friendship with Bob or George, or whatever his name was. So would you, if you were about to go to jail for something you didn't do, but you knew that Joe did it, would you be like, "It was Joe, it wasn't me"?
is Joe my homie?
Yeah,
Going to jail is different.
No. I probably would have held out.
you'd held out,
You go to
even
jail
if
for
you had
me?
nothing to do with it.
I got caught stealing an exam in high school. I think I was like a junior, and someone told on me because I was trying to give it away.
I've stolen a test.
I was trying to sell it and trying to make some money, and someone told on me. They took me into the principal's office, and I just stuck to my story. It's like, nope, wasn't me. I just stuck with it, and like, well, okay, and I got like a day of in-school suspension. Like, well, you can't prove it, so just
Bro,
take
we
it.
took. I forgot about this. Dude's name's Philip Ty. If you're watching this, I'm still salty about it. I'll
can't
name
say the
people.
names,
Dude,
bro.
I don't
He went
care.
Bob, you went Philip.
Yeah,
Todd.
I'll tell him who it is. Bro, high school gym class, hated the gym guy, like the coach. We took all the bleachers. He was out one day. There was like a substitute, and they like left us alone. We took like 3 of the bleachers and put him in his office. We like got him through the door and like put him on top of his desk. Basically, he couldn't go in his office. There's bleachers everywhere. Me and Philip. And like the next day, I get called in the principal's office. And they're like, well, like, we're trying to figure out who did this. And Philip says it was you. I'm like, he was holding the other side of the bleacher. Like, we carried him together. Like, no, he said they watched you like take it in one by one. I'm like, and I didn't say anything. I was like, all right.
You know what you should have gone? You should go, "All right, guys, let's walk out there. I want you to see if I can pick up this bleacher
I
by
mean, I
myself."
probably could have. That was a problem.
Oh.
Damn.
It was believable. But like, I was pissed. I was very upset. But I just let it go.
But you stuck to your story.
Yeah. I didn't rat him out. But I'm just like in my head, I'm like, wait, what do you mean Philip said he saw me do this?
Speaking of Philip, what about these Miami aliens?
What?
Y'all didn't hear about this?
I saw a piece of it.
Okay,
Yeah, they
so-
keep finding.
Let me tell you what happened. Miami the other night, there is there's like 35 cop cars
I saw that.
on the thing because they said that there was a like 7 to 8 foot tall like
No.
yeah.
No, they said there was like kids fighting in the park and they arrested 6 people.
Yeah, but then they said that it was like 7 to 8 foot tall like beings, and then now they think it's aliens that were walking on the street, and the government was trying to.
Just a bunch of basketball players walking around.
I did see that someone, of course, it went right into it's the list just got released. It's a distraction.
Oh,
That is, I mean, historically, anytime any big bombshell news comes out, something else happens. Something blows up.
when y'all get into these like news stories. Like, do you actively like when you hear about the island? Like, do you start deep diving, or is it just when you get fed information you glance over it?
I don't get into any of that anymore. I just kind of catch remnants of what I see. I get a lot of information from Rim. He's pretty tapped into all of it. I just don't. I don't look any of that up anymore. I don't pay attention to much of any of that. Just not good for my mental.
What about you? Because you always know you always know a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I just catch random shit on the internet.
No.
If it's interesting, I'll
Joe,
go into it.
You know way too much about too
No,
many
I'm
things.
telling you, dude. I just
to just casually.
My brain's like a sponge.
I see you on Reddit a lot.
I don't know. I don't have a Reddit.
No?
No.
That
No. I don't
surprises
have a
me.
Twitter either. I just have.
You do have a Twitter
I do, but I don't.
I'm wasting
have
a
the
follow
app.
on you.
Like,
Can I
don't
unfollow
even-
you?
Yeah, I don't have. It's not even installed.
because you want a low follower account. I don't want like.
If I find it interesting, so like the Murdoch trial thing, if you ever follow that, there's a
Oh,
Netflix
yeah,
thing on
yeah.
it. That was like interesting, so I like really got into that one. The island thing is just like funny as it happens. It's not funny, it's terrible for the people involved, but it's funny now to watch all these fucking rich, successful people scramble trying to cover their asses.
Yeah, their hair on fire.
Yeah.
Shit's wild out here, dude.
It also just shows, like, sidebar, like, a lot of very wealthy people are into some weird shit.
Well, I mean, hopefully this doesn't happen to any of us, but I think you just get to a point when you have so much money, you're just like,
Underage girls sound
no,
nice.
that's not what I meant. No, I'm just
What are you
saying, like,
over there?
I'm just saying, like, they start going down this path of like the untraditional world, not to do illegal things,
it just
but
seems-
100%. You have that much money. You've already bought all the cars. You bought all the houses. You have bought all the women. You bought all the drugs. You bought everything you ever wanted. So now you got to start getting into either hunting people or eating little kids or, taking
It does seem like
adrenochrome
the
or
billionaire circle of people has a much higher percentage of pedophilia and weird shit going on than like a normal. If I take 10 random average people and 10 billionaires, I feel like there's like better chance that the 10 billionaires got some weird shit going on.
Oh yeah, the 10 normal people are eating at Applebee's and going to work.
That's
9 to
what,
5.
yeah. It seems like there's a correlation here.
You know what I think
The
it
more
is?
money you have, the weirder
You know what I
are.
think? It's not about the fact that they have a ton of money. It's because most of the billionaires in this world are over 50.
Yeah.
Most,
fair.
like, if you took all the billionaires, most of them, I'd say all those billionaires that are over 50, like, had to work like literally sun up, sun down for the past 40 years, 50 years. It wasn't like they stumbled onto crypto or like did something really fast. They're like ran these companies for the last 40 years. So they never really got to like do anything. So now they have all this money and they're older, and then they start doing weird stuff, inappropriate stuff.
I think it's a stimulation thing. Like, how much does it take you to get off when you're worth $1 billion?
The same that it would take me to get off when I'm...
Bro, same with fucking actors. The number of actors that have gone down for like sexual assault or like doing weird shit to women behind closed doors. I'm like, why is there so many? There's not a bunch of us. You don't hear about YouTubers constantly fucking going down for like the Me Too movement. It's always like actors.
That's true.
I mean, hell, R. Kelly was just peeing on everybody.
It's crazy. Like the Hollywood fucking group, just like,
We got to think too. I mean, if you're in that group already, you've already lost your mind a little bit.
yeah.
You're already out there a little bit. Not to mention what Hollywood's like anymore.
Ryan, with everything that's going on with these island stuff, and then me mentioning Narc, one thing that I hold myself proud about is that if I ever do anything illegal, right, they can't really tell who I am from photos unless they get neck up, because I don't have any tattoos. Whereas you, guess what?
I'm fucked.
You can't do anything anywhere with any part of your body.
Yep.
People know you.
From my toes up to my head.
Now I'm like you don't put a bumper sticker on a Jeep, right? So that's why I don't have any tattoos. Why did you don't have any tattoos?
I do.
No, you don't. Let me guess. You have my mom's name on your wiener.
How'd
or
you know
something.
that, dude?
Oh my god.
Long ways.
Long way. Must be a short name.
Around.
Why did you decide to go down the ink your whole body up?
Women.
What?
Swear. Well, growing up, I was so...
How many tattoos do you have?
Oh, I don't know.
What percentage of your body is covered in tattoos?
50%. I would say. My whole right leg, my whole...
Which
left-
50%? That's what you want to know.
Yeah, my whole right leg, left arm, chest, back of my neck.
Sounds like more than 50%.
Yeah, but those
52
aren't,
at
they're
least.
not fully covered.
I'd say.
No, when I was like 14, 15, I was horribly scared of girls. I could never talk to them. I swear my dad thought I was gay. He would just get super upset because I wouldn't talk to, I'd just be terrified to talk to females. And then when going through high school, started hanging out with like the jocks and that whole group. And I just wanted to attract females. So that's when
Who told you that at that age that like you started getting tattoos at 15?
I got my first one when I was 14.
Who did that?
Huh?
Who? How,
Billy at school.
how did you? Yeah.
Dude, I was back when your parents could sign off and you could get a tattoo.
Your parents signed off on it?
My dad did. I think he did it just to piss my mom off, actually.
Cool guy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it started from there because it's like I wasn't a big guy in high school, but I was like a larger guy. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna go the gym route and tattoo route. Like I got super into going to the gym and steroids, and I thought tattoos made me look cool. And it just kind of spiraled from there. Now it just we all kind of do things for stimulation. Like Joe buys cars, you buy cameras.
Yeah.
I get tattoos. Because you get the same feeling. You get a tattoo. You get this, like when you buy a car, it's a feeling, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a feeling like You ever realize when you buy a new car and you're driving it that first time, you're like, everyone I'm passing is looking at me.
That's how I feel about when I drive my big Jeep.
100%.
And then
So
no one is.
It's the same.
Start looking around like,
No one's
start
actually.
honking a little bit. I mean, come on.
So, and then that's the same with a tattoo. You get a tattoo and you're like, oh, okay, like it puts a little pep in your step. It's a feeling. It's a dopamine dump. And only thing is they're permanent. And I hate half of my tattoos.
You hate half of them?
I would say about half. Yeah.
25 of the 50%?
You hate 25% of your body?
25% of the 50% of my body.
Damn.
Yeah.
Joe, why don't you have any tattoos?
Because of what he just said, I have some major fucking commitment issues I'm working through at the moment, all right? And a tattoo is like, you ain't getting rid of that thing. I mean, I guess nowadays you can, but I guess it's really painful, and you still kind of always have that like shadow where what, I don't know. I don't think I'm dedicated enough to anything to get a tattoo. Maybe Senna. I get Senna's face on my back or something.
Well, it's the same thing as like, look at your style from 10, 15 years ago. You're like, you thought it was cool.
I still wear the same thing.
Did you ever wear the beanie with the bill?
Oh, I did.
Those were awesome in that day.
Yeah,
now you
that
look
was
back and you're
the
like,
beanie with the bill, dude.
Christina Aguilera.
Oh, man.
She wore that.
So it's the same thing. Like you think I thought a full tribal sleeve was cool. You know what I mean?
You know what I thought was cool? That was cool, and I wish they came back? Heelys. I used to rock
No, I
Heelys
still see. I see
everywhere,
kids
dude.
like coming out of HEB with
If I could find size 13 Heelys, I'd fucking have Heelys right now.
You said you hate your tribal?
Oh yeah, that's one of the ones that needs to go.
I guess that's like the most.
And the flag nor fail. That's got to go.
Watch out, Rob Bailey's a big guy.
Yeah, that's all right.
Flag nor fail is Rob Bailey and Daniel Bailey's.
I got
He's a
clothing
cool
brand.
guy.
I got him tattooed. Flag nor fail tattooed.
I don't know
across
who
my
he is. I just know he has a
entire
bunch of Porsches, so I'm cool with him.
chest. Yeah.
Gotta move the mic a little bit. There you go.
What do you can't even remove, like,
No, you said you're getting that removed, right?
would you remove it or you just black it out?
No, so I'm gonna get enough.
Blacking out's weird, bro.
I'm
Like,
not a big
It's
fan of
popular
that.
now, dude. I see that a lot where people get like the blackout rings and stuff.
I feel like while you might like a tattoo, you're like, okay, maybe I don't like this. I can change it. I can get it removed. If you black out your whole arm, ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah, no, I want to get enough lasered off to where I can get something like over it, if that makes sense. Because right now you can't cover up a dog shit tribal sleeve.
Yeah, you can't triple stamp or double stamp.
No, you can't.
Dude, I've heard removing them are way more painful than getting them.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
but,
I wouldn't know, but heard.
I've heard it is too. But it's so fast. Like if I were to get my one session on my entire hand, I mean, it would take 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to do it like 12 times.
You got to do it a bunch.
Have you thought about doing temporary tattoos?
Temporary tattoo?
Like the ones you get the quarter machine. You like
no,
lick and you
Like
stick on?
there's a place here in Houston that opened.
Yeah, it's like a
They
year.
just load. It's a real tattoo. It's a real tattoo gun. It's just the ink you can choose. They have ink that fades in 6 months, I think 12 months, and 24 months. So you get a real tattoo, but in 2 years it fades away.
Oh, man, that's a lot of just bullshit to go through for it to just fade away. But I see.
But if you think you're going to change your mind after, I mean, I guess I kind of like the idea for like the 6 month one. Like I get it, and then after 6 months, if I still really like it, I'll go get forever.
That's a good
and
point.
If I don't like it, then
I should have done that with the back of my head.
I think it's a new technology. Though. I think that's like in the last. Like,
Yeah, but
5
how do you
years.
guarantee? Like, if you do the year thing, what if a year comes and it didn't go away?
It will.
Yeah, but
they
how-
load the wrong ink in the
They use the
machine. Like,
wrong
I'm
ink.
sorry.
Yeah, but how do they guarantee that it goes away?
We're sorry. I don't. It just fades. I mean, that's the ink. Biodegradable. I don't know how science works, dude. I don't have time to explain it to you.
I wish I knew about that because when I got the back of my head done, I love that tattoo beginning now. I fucking hate it.
You can't even see
I
it.
don't even know what's on the back of your head.
I mean, the whole.
You always have hats on and shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of the reason why I wear hats.
I don't. That's a cool tattoo.
That's all right. It's just
And
weird.
you don't like the tribal. Why did you decide to get the tribal tattoo? What tribe are you in?
Oh man, it was the mid 2000s.
What's your tribe?
It was a different time. Tribal was getting popular again. I was just
Do you have barbed wire around your bicep?
that was my first tattoo.
No way.
Yeah, I got it. It's covered up by the tribal. I have several cover ups. I had a 50 Cent tattoo.
You and Pamela Anderson both had the.
Dude, I mean, we've all seen the sex tape.
No, I haven't.
What
I actually don't think I have either.
with Tommy Lee? I mean, that was back in the early whacking days.
Early whacking days. What is?
You know what I mean? Like
That's like on Skinamax. Like, oh, I think that's a boob. Yep, that's a boob.
Dude,
Yep.
Kim K was my first celebrity sex tape.
I think it was Pamela and then Paris.
Oh come on, you don't remember knowing? Paris didn't have a.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, but it wasn't
The
like a real one.
the night vision.
It was called
one.
One Night in Paris, I think.
Yeah, it was a night vision one.
They weren't smart enough for that, dude. That's a great
I
name,
think
though.
that's what it was called.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I actually can't wrap my head around. Like, first of all, I'm gonna loud and proud say it. There is not a single picture of my wiener on the internet.
Ever? In existence?
I have never sent a picture of my
Really?
wiener to anyone.
Good for you, dude.
Wow.
Y'all have sent pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Now, what did you learn from Blue Mountain State, Kay? You don't get your face
Yeah,
in it.
no, never.
You've sent pictures of your wiener?
Wide angle
yeah.
lens, good angle, get some lighting. Yeah.
Toss that baby in Facetune, drag it down a little bit.
You gotta.
never done that?
I mean, you gotta. I mean, you can't just.
You've seriously never sent a dick pic to anybody?
Like, when would you do it? Like, right when you got out of a cold shower?
I would
or-
say at my age now, I wouldn't do that.
Right.
But in high school, like, yeah.
Joe,
it
when
like
was the last age that you sent a dick pic?
Which in high... probably like 21, 22.
What?
Yeah.
Recently?
I mean, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, yeah.
Joe, okay, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna speak for the women.
But okay, but no, I'm saying not like unsolicited here. It's never been like a hey, check this
Surprise.
out.
No.
It's typically like an asked for thing, which is a weird in my head now that I think about it, it's kind of a weird thing. I don't
No.
think any girls like
I'm gonna speak for all women right here.
yeah.
Nobody wants to see a naked dude.
I agree. Yeah.
Well,
There is nothing attractive about
just
what
a
we
wiener,
got going on.
just
Wieners.
a wiener in your hand. I agree with that
Nothing.
because I don't want just a straight shot of meat curtains. You know what I mean? I don't want just a meat curtain
Yeah.
shot. I don't want that either. Like, you can give me the full show. Do you not know the story about Sydney and how I sent her the picture I sent her?
You better dance lightly, dude. I don't know what you're about to say.
Listen to this. So
Sydney's like-
Sydney worked at Roosters. It
Wait,
was
who's
a-
Sydney?
What?
The people. You got to talk.
Oh, Sydney, my girlfriend.
What's Roosters?
Current girlfriend. Roosters like a Pluckers.
What the fuck's a Pluckers?
Bar,
So, like
bar and
a
grill.
Buffalo Wings.
Yeah.
Wait,
Sounds
what's
like
Buffalo
There we
Wings?
go.
She worked there, and I'd gotten her number one night, and the next morning, I went into when I had my supplement shop, okay, and we were 3 texts deep. The first time I ever had her number, 3 texts
You
deep.
sent a wiener pic?
Well, I had the last picture on my phone was just a great pic.
Wait, you sent a pre-taken wiener photo?
Well, listen to this, okay? So
you got to send a fresh one if you're going to do it.
Save-
I know
wiener
that, but
photos is
you got to
crazy.
listen to this. This is okay. So we were
Saving 'em.
texting, and I went
It's a
to
real
send
girthy
her-
one, right?
It's when the iPhones just started doing the like you could hit the camera button in the text and send a picture.
Love
So I
that.
did that. I was gonna send her a picture of Charlie. Well, I went
That's
to
your dog?
My dog Charlie. I went to
Not my dick.
scroll. That's a different name.
That's who you call it?
That's Bo. I went to scroll down to go like down my pictures, but the pictures had scrolled. You have to scroll right.
Ryan, this
And
is some bullshit.
You
accidentally?
Dude, I flicked it. Dude, it threw that picture up there. It went shoot, shoot, delivered, read. Like
That's when
in
you
3 seconds.
If I saw that it was open, if I accidentally did that, I think I would just take my phone and go,
well, dude, I was at my store and and a customer came in and I had just done that and I'm like, I had to put my phone down for a second and I'm like, look,
I feel like this is an accidental text on purpose, dude.
but hey,
that's what it was.
that was 2017.
I mean, you are together,
2017?
so obviously it went well.
Yeah, it went great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the whole, I know you guys
Every
love
time I send a dick pic, I don't get a response. That's usually the end of the conversation.
Joe, then he sends another text and it just goes to green and unsent.
Yep,
Something I
that's it.
said?
Look, I know you guys love talking about your wieners, but like the whole point I was trying to get at is that since I don't have any floating around, I feel like when the celebrities get in these sex tapes, like when you're in the moment and you're filming this, because it's a
Yeah.
conscious decision, hopefully, right?
You never filmed anything?
No,
Like with a girl?
no.
You're fucking slacking in life, my guy.
Because Joe, look, because I don't want to be a Kim K.
Look, you
I
don't want to be a
wanna-
billionaire?
not
Kim
with
K
my
is a
wiener out.
billionaire
Not because of my wiener.
a sex
I don't
tape.
want
Kim
to
is
be
fucking famous because she got her back blown out by
Ray J.
Ray J. That's the only reason that family's fucking.
That is
I take
not-
that back. They were rich because of their dad, who had a legitimate job. Now they are rich because Kim K was sucking dick.
Yeah, they said Chris released that. Do you know? Did she know?
What?
They say Chris is the one that
Oh,
released.
probably.
Yeah,
That is the
her
reason that
dad
family is
released it.
famous.
Her dad released her sex
her
tape.
mom is Chris.
Bro, before that, she
right.
was,
Her dad was dead.
she was like a mooch off of Paris Hilton. She was like Paris Hilton's random friend in the background of photos.
Okay.
The dad was a very successful lawyer.
What I'm getting at is when you film these things, like, what do you think that this is just gonna, like? Do you think the person you send your tiny little wieners to, like, is like, that was great, I'm gonna save that, like
I'm
that-
saying it's
that
never
could
been
go out into
unsolicited.
the world though.
I'm not. I mean, I
not that
have a
worried
couple
about it.
times, but it's not something I do regularly.
I've never been concerned that it would be like leaked.
What would you do if your wiener got linked on the internet?
I think I would post it on my story. I think you lean into it for sure. You can't dance around.
Well,
it.
first of all, I'm not saving any footage where I'm like hunched over and it's cold and my dick is an inch long and I'm sending pictures. Like
I send full 2 inches.
anything you put out there is going to be,
Yeah.
I mean, signed, sealed, delivered.
I think
looking
anything
great.
you get caught doing, you just got to lean into it because it looks bad if. Yeah.
Coming from someone that's been caught doing shit a lot throughout his life, that's yeah. You just gotta own up
Double
to it.
down.
Also,
But if your face isn't in it and like nothing, just that's not me.
No tattoos. There you go.
Yeah.
is that tattooed?
Huh?
Is that tattooed? Would they be able to find it?
Oh no.
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 Is that a thing?
Yes.
You ever seen the tattoos where people do like right above their little hairline? They do like a little lawnmower. They do like a little guy pushing a lawnmower, and it's like shave. No,
Bro,
You never seen
no,
that?
but I have seen like girls have like an arrow or it'd be like insert here or whatever.
No,
and I'm
they
like,
do
I
not.
swear to
No.
God, I promise you it's a real thing. If I ever saw that in the real world, I'd leave immediately.
You know what I think is kind of some inappropriate stuff clothing brands do? You heard of Lucky Jeans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucky 7?
Lucky's still around?
Yeah. Did you know on the inside of if you ever see someone wearing Lucky Jeans, just grab their crotch, okay? Open if you take the flap that opens the zipper, so like the flap that covers the zipper, if you look on the inside of that, it says Lucky You.
Oh yeah, it does.
That's clever.
That is sexualizing people who wear those jeans.
It's like an Easter egg.
I don't know. No wiener pictures.
None.
I appreciate that. You're a rare breed. I would probably say that like 95% of dudes have sent a dick pic in their lives.
What would you expect the girl to say? Oh, nice.
It's
But-
never like
I love that
He's sending
Big
unsolicited.
old thing of skin just hanging out.
I've never sent unsolicited. It's always been like I'll send you this for this. Like,
Wait.
okay. It's a trade here, dude.
What happened?
Oh, well, I was like, hey, that was a mistake.
Wait, did you follow up before she responded?
Immediately, like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
That's not what it looks
Didn't mean
like.
to do that. And then I had to put my phone down because I had to help the person and check them out that came in. I mean, I don't think she believed me. I still don't think she believes me. But that is the God honest truth. And if you try it in your message, you'll see what I'm talking about. I was just trying to scroll down, but when I did that, it hit that picture and boom, and threw it up. And
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
send
what
it.
did she go like? Oh my God, ooh, oh, I want to come over. Like, what? Like,
No, she played it off super cool. I'm just like, that was a mistake. And she was like, yeah, sure, wow.
Do you think she
one of
like
those.
tapped it?
I think she saved.
Hey, girls, come here. What do you think about this?
I think
Mom,
she saved a cart. Is what she did.
saved a cart. She did save a cart.
Yes, she did.
She did save a cart.
Dude,
God
my mom
bless her.
watches this.
Your mom,
She watches our podcast. This is going to be awkward.
your son
Nice to meet
sends
you.
wiener photos.
You are like 7 foot tall. Good for you. I'm just gonna say.
I don't think that always
congratulations.
correlates, dude.
Most of the time, it does.
You know what they say? What do they say? You know, big feet, right? Big feet, bigger.
Big socks.
Big socks. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I would wear larger shoes because I thought it was cooler to have larger shoes. So if you go back, here's the example. If you go back to my first ever YouTube video, go to oldest. It's a video of me deadlifting with an ODU shirt, and I'm wearing green Reebok ZigTechs. Remember those shoes? Weird shoes. They have they're neon green. Those are 12s. But I wore them because I have 10s, and I was like, ooh, bigger feet you got a bigger.
Just walking into class like it's hard to walk in my size 12 shoes.
Never done that one.
Yeah. That fucking clown.
Guys, you know what we're also going to try to do this year? Better ourselves. We're improving everything that we're doing. How's your skincare? How is your because I used to think it was not manly to have I used to think it was not manly to use a hairdryer.
Oh, yeah.
I used to think I was like, hair dryers are for chicks.
Yeah.
It is.
But now I lube my whole body up, my upper body, twice a day. I'm using eye cream, using all this stuff. Y'all getting in on that? You moisturize?
So recently, I've noticed because of the shot in my ass every once in a while, my face has started breaking out. So I'm now actively doing skincare stuff to my face. But up until a year ago, no, I never did anything.
Take care of that estrogen, bud.
Is that what that is?
Could be. Yeah.
Wait, so when I'm moisturizing my face and like my cheeks and stuff, but I don't grow facial hair, like do you moisturize under the hair?
I mean, you use like beard oil, beard serum. I just been kind of
Beard semen?
Serum.
Oh,
Serum, not semen.
okay.
What is that? It looks like semen, but it's called serum. I just started getting into it too. But I mean, I get my eyebrows waxed. I get Botox. You asked me to come on like last night, and I haven't had a haircut or a beard trim in a couple weeks. I know
I just got the face mask on in bed last night. Like,
I look
getting ready for the day.
extremely homeless.
Okay, so we went to Best Buy yesterday, me and Taylor, to look at new refrigerators.
Nice. What's wrong with yours?
How much time
it
you
running?
got? How much? Better go catch it. I gave her family that joke the other night. Oh my God, they set it up for me so perfectly. Anyway.
Did they laugh?
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
One of the handles is broken off of it.
Okay.
The ice machine, although I have an ice maker other in the house, but like the ice maker just doesn't work. And then the water, Joe, sometimes, because I use it every morning, sometimes ice cold delicious, sometimes room temperature. Why? If I do it on a Monday morning and Tuesday morning, it should be the same temperature. It's been chilling all night. It's not like I've been using it a bunch. So it's just been pissing me off. And it's the last piece. I kept that fridge from the previous house.
Yeah.
So I think it's bad juju in the house, honestly, because I think that's why things happen. So we're getting a new fridge.
You get a nice one?
Bro, when you start buying electronics,
Fridges are crazy now.
I know. There's so many brands I've never heard of.
Shopping lists.
You ever heard
that
of-
You can like type on the screen.
You ever heard of like Thermador and stuff?
Yeah.
I've never heard of
It's
them.
a big one.
Everyone's like telling me which one's the best one. Anyway, I'm not.
Why don't you just wait to get the new house and then get you like one of those gigantic?
Because for the next year and a half, I want to have a.
Do you like the see-through fridge?
No.
You like the one with the door with the window?
Nope.
Or the one with the double door where you can
Nope.
open the front and
Nope.
then open the whole thing?
Nope. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
You want to hear why?
Yeah.
So everyone thinks that the fridge where you can just press the button and open up and it's just like the front. You can have some drinks in there. Guess what, guys? That's the same as if you just open the door. And here's the annoying thing. You're like, oh no, but then I can put like a couple of my drinks like right there, quick access, even though it's the same access. Now, because there's only space for like 4 drinks here, 4 drinks here, a milk there, as soon as you take one, you got to then refill it from the... It's stupid. I think it's stupid.
I have that, and we don't use it at all.
We're not going to talk about fridges the whole time, but I will say the new fridges some of them have jugs in them now, which filter water and it's like in the door, but
We
it's
have that.
built into the. That's nice, and also like the Sonic ice. Like some of the fridges now have like really good ice machines.
You want the water and ice thing on the outside.
No, that's poor people shit.
No, it's not.
No, you do not want to see that on the outside of the fridge. You got to open the door and then hit the
I don't
water.
like that.
It doesn't matter.
sorry
It
to
doesn't
tell
matter
you.
how much you pay for your fridge. The ice machine is always going to suck. They have not perfected the ice machine.
Listen, what I was getting at.
Yeah.
When we went into Best Buy, you have to walk through all the electronics and stuff. She's looking at all the random stuff, and then we get to the one where there's like this, like I think it's red light therapy, but it's like the face mask thing that you put on your head. $500.
My sister got one for Christmas.
I think girls are getting swindled.
They are.
I think girls are
It
getting ripped
looks
off.
very stupid.
You look like Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think people. Joe, you're a professional technology person. What does that do? Besides nothing.
I mean, I think it's infrared light, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it has something to do with like collagen production or something.
Yeah,
and like helps with wrinkles and. I don't know if it actually. I'm sure it does. I'm sure there's something. It's probably
0.01%.
Yeah, it's probably very minuscule. Like it does do something, but it probably does less than like something you can just put on your face. But
Well,
someone's making money on it.
I mean, no matter what, we're trying to better ourselves with like skincare, face things. You're vaping, okay? You said you're trying to quit vaping. Mm-hmm. I have some questions about the vape.
Okay.
As someone who vapes, why do people vape nicotine over? What's the community like between the cigarette smokers and the vape smokers who are just getting nicotine?
I mean, well, you got people that smoke cigarettes are typically the older crowd.
Do you think people who smoke cigarettes are going, vapes are for kids? I'm
Yeah.
a real man.
My grandma's a big smoker. She always has been. We've tried to get her to switch to like Juul or something like that.
Would that just be weird seeing like a 80-year-old woman
like,
hitting up
Ripper Jewel.
well, my family
Blow
gives
the
her,
clouds.
this cloud?
I think they just like no, they like their cigarettes. I just don't think they want to. But here's the thing: like, I don't think vaping is cool. Like, I know I know I'd like to take a couple hits on my coolness factor by having a vape.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I
just
think you're a pretty fucking cool dude until I see you vaping. Like,
no, trust me, I know it's not a cool thing. It's I don't sit there and try to blow clouds. You know, it's
No, he doesn't blow clouds. What he'll be Ryan will vape at dinners and stuff. We could be at a steakhouse, and what he does is he hits the vape and he goes.
you gotta embrace it. Just blow the cloud.
Steak
dude.
48, baby.
Steak 48,
I
bro.
had braids and a vape.
Oh my gosh, this might be one of the dumber things I've said, but I don't condone cigarette smoking. I think no one should smoke cigarettes. I think it's bad. We all know it's bad for you, causes cancer, like all the negatives. Is it dumb to say that I still think that people like it looks cool to smoke a cigarette?
No, that's a true thing.
Like I think people look cool.
Same with cigars. It's like older dudes driving Ferraris with a cigar. I'm like,
But cigarette, they're always like, they're like, they look just cool.
Yeah, that's how it was like in movies. I mean, that's how I got into
dude.
chewing for the longest time. I thought chewing was cool.
I did it one time in high school and I accidentally swallowed it and threw up. That was my entire experience doing chew.
Y'all think taking dick pics is cool?
I mean, like 10 years
It's
ago.
a necessity, dude.
I mean, you've smoked cigarettes. I'm assuming you came from.
One or two darts here
What's
and there.
a dart?
Cigarette.
Wait, so you just started with vapes? I thought it was a transition.
No, I've never smoked cigarettes. I mean, one or two at a party,
Yeah.
here and there. But no, I started with I started chewing, and then I got sick of my mouth always like hurting, and my gums are receding and all that stuff. So I happened to just start vaping one time and just kind of kept rolling at it. Just my addict mind.
Did you ever get into smoking cigarettes?
Briefly. Very briefly. I was very impressionable kid. I bought my first Raptor and for some reason thought that meant I had to like go hang out with the country kids and like go to bonfires on Saturday nights and like listen to country music.
Not the dinosaur guys.
Yeah, the truck. And at that time, the girl I was dating smoked cigs, so I would say maybe like one a week. Like every Saturday night I'd smoke a cig with her. I never really liked it though.
It hits you.
And it wouldn't, dude, it just, you couldn't get that fucking smell out.
Here's the thing I've never understood, and maybe you can explain it to me with the vape, is when people smoke cigarettes, like everyone says, I mean, smoking is addictive, right? The nicotine is what's addictive, right? But you have to make, like, it. I'm assuming it doesn't happen like, I'm just going to use cigarettes for example. I'm assuming it doesn't like, okay, one cigarette, I'm addicted. I'm addicted, right? Like you have to decide, I want to even try it, and then you have to do it a couple times to get it. I'm just like, why do they even start?
Well, it's a rush. It gets you high.
It gets you high. I thought nicotine.
Well, it's a I don't know how to explain it. Head rush.
It's more like caffeine than it is.
Yeah, so nicotine at its like just at its core isn't that bad. It's
like a caffeine.
It's about like caffeine. It's a stimulant. So if you could, that's why like people like Zens are super popular.
Like this.
Oh yeah, the Zen packs.
Zens are super popular, and if you're gonna do something, if you like the way nicotine makes you feel, then Zens are the best way because it's literally just nicotine.
So nicotine is good for you?
No, it's not that it's good for you, but it's like caffeine. It's not that big of a deal.
Is it though? Like when you think nicotine, you think cigarettes, cancer, bad.
Yeah, but that's like the tar and shit that's in
the
cigarettes.
carcinogens.
I used to think that people, and I could be a little bit wrong, but I used to think that cigarettes gave lung cancer, which actually my mom's mom died from lung cancer. She was a smoker.
Both my grandpas did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you always, growing up in school, you see the photos of like healthy lung, like the completely black lung from smoking. You see all the negative effects. Do you ever have the photos of like, if you don't wear your bicycle helmet, you see those photos of they put kids with like deformed heads and like, this is what happens to you if you don't wear a helmet.
I never saw that one. But
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the cigarettes, I thought, this is until a year ago, that
This still is 34 years old.
Yeah, no. I thought it was the smoke that gave you lung cancer. I didn't know that was what was in the cigarettes. I thought it was the smoke.
I mean, breathing in smoke's not a good idea either.
Right, but it's not good for your like lungs. But I thought the smoke. I didn't know it was what was in the cigarette.
Anything you're breathing in your lungs can potentially give you cancer. Anything abnormal going into people breathe in chemicals a lot that work in like fucking steel mills and shit also get lung cancer.
Yeah, but it's like smoking weed isn't going to cause you to have lung cancer. It's what you're burning. Think about it like that.
When I was let's see, this is before I drove. So I was like 13, 14. Me and my buddy Ali, we would take cigarettes. I don't know how we got them. He would get them from, because his family, I think he would steal them from his family's store, because his family owned a store that would, like a convenience store. So he would steal cigarettes, but he didn't want to have them in the house because he would get in trouble. So what we would do is we would meet up in the woods and we would bury them. We would bury the pack of cigarettes like in the earth, okay? And then we'd find them, but a lot of times it had already been raining and stuff. So we'd pull out these cigarettes, this like pack of cigarettes that is just soaking wet, and we would just like barely get it lit, and we'd be like, because it's just soaking. I mean, it's like flopping down. It's looking like the wiener we're taking pictures of, you know, and it's like, and we would just try to rip that thing back. I used to smoke paper. I would make a little paper cigarette, and I would stuff it with I would crush up Altoids.
Wait, don't do that. Oh, okay. You didn't light on fire.
Yeah.
You lit Altoids on fire? Bro, you probably have lung cancer. This sounds way better than
I would
what we're doing.
I would take a piece of paper, and I would, you know, I'd crush up Altoids.
Yeah.
Winter mint, spearmint, whatever you're
Menthol.
into.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't
Wait.
even think about that.
Max making his own menthols.
Wait, is that what that is?
That's 40 chest, baby.
Okay, so
Not
I'd crush
exactly,
that
but
up.
yes.
I'd put that in there, and then I'd take a little bit of toilet paper, and I'd rip that as a little filler. You know what I'm saying? As a filter, I'd roll that up, and I would just smoke it at the playground.
Get another disclaimer. Tell people not to smoke Altoids.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that bad?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Don't-
great. My friend, when I was really, I mean, we were talking like 5, 6 years old. Well, no, we were probably like 10 years old. Friend Fletcher convinced us to smoke. He called it like dewey. I don't know why we had the name for it. He would take newspaper and like roll up hay in it and like smoke, because his parents smoked. So I think he wanted to smoke, and he like got all the kids in the neighborhood to do it. And finally, one of our neighbors like caught us, and that did smack the shit out of him and me. He was like, "Why the fuck would y'all smoke?"
That's child assault.
Yeah, but I mean, he had a good point. We didn't think about it. He's like, "Dude, you know how much ink is in newspaper? Like, y'all are inhaling this fucking ink.
I've probably
like,
done
we're
that.
wrapping up
Yeah.
newspaper, and it's like half ink."
Think about, I was talking to Sydney about this the other night, because she always wants to know my stories, and I tell her, like, look, there are stories from about 10 years old to about 13 years old that will never see the light of day. And she just doesn't understand. I'm like, look, you don't understand the weird amount of shit you did as a 11 or 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Because you don't, like you were talking, like you were smoking like Altoids. He's smoking hay. You know what I mean? Like the amount of just weird and just outwardly strange shit that you all did, or we all did as a kid, is kind of crazy. And it actually kind of scares me to have a kid, because they hit that 10-year, that like puberty mark. You know it's gonna get fucking weird.
Can I tell you some crazy stuff I've done as a kid that I've actually never told the internet
That's
about?
40,000 people.
This was at church. So I used to go to church every Sunday with my dad, stepmom, brother, up until I was 10 before I moved with my mom. And I was just really restless. Like I just didn't want to be at church, because I hated sitting for like an hour. I would like write out every Pokemon in order and stuff, and I was just bored. So I had to go to Sunday school. And one time there was this kid in Sunday school that I forget what his name was. What do you want to call him, Joe?
Henry.
Stanley.
I like Stanley better.
Stanley. So I didn't like Stanley. And so one time I went into the bathroom and I took like a thing of whiteout, like a little thing, and I wrote all over one of the stalls. Like, I don't even remember what I wrote. Just like a whole bunch of just crude stuff.
Symbols and shit.
Just a whole bunch of
I
crude
think
stuff.
Max is fucking possessed.
Like just a whole bunch.
Just
Wieners. Just wieners. We sent wiener pics. You
I just
drew
couldn't
them.
stop drawing dicks. Just no. So I don't even know what nothing like. It wasn't anything about. I'm just telling you I was at church. It wasn't like church related things I was writing on the wall. But I just wrote a bunch of stuff, and then I signed it Stanley.
That's a homo.
Aw.
Right? But here's the kicker. I walk out of the bathroom, and two of the adults or whatever happen to be walking towards the bathroom, and they are like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to class," and all over my hands is white out. Like I just have white out all over, and there's kind of like, what happened? I was like, "Oh, in class or something." They walk in the bathroom, immediately sprint out of there, grab my ass. I got in so much trouble because I was like, "No, it was that guy." They're like, "Why do you have white out on your hands?" I'm like, "Coincidence."
I don't know. What to
Vegas
tell you.
vacation is like a pin burst.
Okay, so that one's not as crazy. I'm gonna tell you one more. This one's actually pretty wild.
Have you ever told the story about the girl that you drew?
No.
That's a great story.
No,
That's probably your funniest story you've ever told me.
Yeah, but I think it gives. I think that's not.
That was a great.
Okay, I'll give.
That's the best one.
Okay, I'll give two more. Do you want to hear Max's stories?
Yeah.
Okay, one more story about the church one. This one's wild. It was the Christmas pageant. It was like the church Christmas pageant? Is that what you call it? No. Christmas
Play?
Play.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, I got to go to the bathroom. Okay, son, go to the bathroom. I walk out. I walk down a random aisle. I see on the side of one of the hallways, I see the circuit breaker. I open the circuit breaker, and I just start going flick, 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 and I'm just going down, and I shut all of them off. And all of a sudden, I flick one of them, and I hear, because like the whole church is maybe like the giant area is like 2 walls away or something. I hear all of a sudden, because I shut the whole lights off of the whole church. I just shut the lights off, and people are like sprinting around, and then I rush my ass back to the seat, and my dad goes, Max, what the fuck did you do? I said nothing. I said nothing. He's like, the lights just went out while you were in the bathroom. I was like, I don't know. I never got in trouble for that.
You stuck to your story?
I stuck to my story. I said, I don't know.
Why'd you stick to your story? Because you didn't want to narc on yourself?
Yeah.
Sounds kind of
It's
hypocritical.
somebody else, you're real quick to fucking spill the beans.
Yeah, you don't be a hypocriticizer, do you?
Yeah.
Hypocriticizer?
Hypocriticizer.
Okay, the last one, I don't know if I should tell the story.
I think that's a hilarious story.
You used to draw girls
Only
in the
because
park?
it reminds me of the super bad like drawing wieners thing. I don't know why. It just draw.
I'm going to downplay it. When I was in 6th grade, 4th grade, no, it had to be. Yeah, I was like 6th grade. So I was in like social studies class or whatever, and this girl in front of me I guess she likes to draw, and she's drawing like a almost like a caricature, but like a self-portrait of like herself. She's drawing like a giant picture of her head of herself. And she turns around to me and she goes like, hey, like I messed up this photo. Like, do you want it? And I'm like, I guess, like, sure. Like, I don't know. Like, okay. Like, so I take this photo. She goes back to doing whatever. So I just start. So it's just think of a giant photo of her head. Okay. It's just a big, it's a 6th grade drawing. So it can't be that. Well, I guess, no, she could have been good. I don't know. But I start drawing like little, like little tanks and stuff. Just kind of like, you can use your imagination. I'm just like drawing tanks and other things, just like attacking her head.
Were they tanks?
What?
Were they actually tanks?
No, they were tanks. But then there's other, just I don't know. I'm just like drawing. I'm just like drawing on the. I'm just drawing.
Wienermobile.
Something. And I remember the teacher like walking around, and she's like walking, like looking. I think he was drawing, and we're just like looking around. She looks at my paper. She goes, "Oh my god!" Grabs the paper off my thing. She's like, "Max, what is this?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just drawing. I don't know. Like, I don't know." I get sent to the guidance counselor, the principal. Everyone's there, and they're asking me if I want to like
run her face over with a tank?
Something like that. They're asking me, and I'm like, no. What are you talking about? They're like, why did you draw these things on there? Like, why did you draw those? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, she gave me a picture. I'm just drawing random stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, there's no reason. I was like, I just wanted to draw tanks and stuff.
What's missing from this story?
No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more animated when it's not censored. But
it got a little, I don't know. But they're basically asking if I'm like thinking of violent thoughts, and I'm like, no, I'm just a dude. I don't know. It's a face. That's the first thing I thought of was like, let me draw things attacking her face. And so then they bring in like the guidance counselor. Then they give me like a whole piece. They're like, hey, you're gonna hang out here for the rest of the day, okay? And they're like, here's some paper. Why don't you just draw whatever comes to your mind? I'm like, okay. Like, I still have no idea what's going on. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I'm just drawing stuff. So I start drawing like the little like, three line like S's and stuff.
How old were you?
6th grade.
6th grade. Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm just like, then I start drawing like random things, like smiley faces. I don't know, whatever I was drawing. And they come back, they're like, this is really good, Max. Like, now, why were you drawing these? But why were you drawing negative things to her? Like, do you like, why did you draw? And I'm like, she gave me a photo of her head. Okay. I, as a boy, am just drawing things,
random
stuff. They thought I was like a
sex predator,
serial killer.
No, there was no sexual things about the photo, bro. It was more like this is dumb. I shouldn't even go. This is, I don't know. It was I did a lot of stuff as a kid that I'm not really proud about.
Well, yeah. I think we all did. I think we all had, we did a lot of weird things as kids. I think that's just kind of what you do as a kid. Like, I think back in our day, you drew weird stuff, you beat off in weird places, and, you know, nowadays, the kids just...
Joe's like, I still do that.
That's why I got an apartment to myself, dude. Truck loads all over that place.
The white kids nowadays just shoot up the school instead of... You know, just drawing wieners on girls' faces.
There was no, it was more like attacking
Gotcha.
rather than.
I will say, if I
like
was a
toy
principal
soldiers.
at your
Yeah,
school,
it was violence. So they thought I was a violent kid.
Well,
Max would have been red flagged if you were to school right now.
I think we all would, though.
No, I was good. No one suspected me of anything.
But I was so confused as a kid because I was like, no. Like I'm not thinking any negative thoughts. I'm not thinking like hurtful thoughts. I couldn't understand how they couldn't understand that I'm just drawing like little tanks shooting this big old head.
That's it.
We get it, dude. I was in the principal's office fucking twice a week for stupid shit.
Thought you said you were good.
No. Like, no one thought I was going to shoot up the school.
Oh.
So Max, like,
Yeah.
little vibes over there. But
Now all we have to look forward to is freaking taxes as we get older.
Taxes and knee pain.
Knee pain.
dude, I'm 29. I will be 30 in June. And yesterday, for the first time in my life, I fucking bent over to grab something, stood up, my back made a noise. I've never once had that happen, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening. That's the first time I've noticed like a pop or something where I was like, what was that?
I can't believe you're not even 30 yet.
Yeah.
I thought you were 40.
You look 40.
You look 40.
It's happening.
Getting old's wild. We got to take care of ourselves, guys. And then, you just pay taxes, then you die. It's kind of a wild term. I think I'm going to kind of wrap this episode up.
That's it?
I mean, I could keep going on for
That was
days.
a quick one. What else you got on your paper there, dude?
No one's signing up for the military.
That's a problem.
I also have going in people's houses.
What does that mean?
I keep telling Taylor, if I could, Max, you can do anything you want in this whole world. What I would love to do is not to steal, not to damage, not to I guess I judge, but like, I wish I could just go into everyone's home and just kind of like look, not snoop through their stuff, but just look around, like just be like,
You are a snooper.
No.
Yeah, you came to my apartment and you're like opening the fridge, you're like checking closets. You do snoop.
No, I'm not a
You
snooper,
snoop
dude.
a little bit, dude.
I'm saying I wish I could go into people's houses and just like look at their decor, like look at like, oh, why they choose this layout of the design of the house. Like I just want to look. Not trying to find anything.
No, yeah, I understand that. When we go on our walks, we say that all the time. It's like, I'd love to just go in there and just see what's going on.
Yeah.
What they got in their pantry.
Yeah,
like what are different people doing?
Like what are they doing right now?
Especially down here where there's not very many white people. Like, like what's the Indian family across the street? What they got in there? You know what I mean?
Same stuff we got.
They got the elephant on top of the door. I want to see what's
A lot
going
of
on
people.
there,
Multifamily living, dude.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
I had no one signed up for the military. I was going to transition into that after the alien thing, but we got derailed.
The military thing's a problem, dude. It's like the worst it's ever been. Like I think it's down like 80% in the last 3 years or something.
Well, I think back in the day it was
a badge of honor.
Well, I think it's still a badge of honor.
Now people don't look at it that way.
Do you think they look at it less as an option for them because the internet is so like, I can make money? Because a lot of people either really want to serve the military, they don't have an option.
Or it's their default, yeah.
Yeah, or like that was my, like when I graduated high school and I had like a 2.4 GPA and I didn't get into one of my schools, part of me was like, I'll just go to the military. It was like the backup. Mm-hmm. That was like my mindset.
Backup, yeah.
But for every male in my family, it was like my granddad, my dad, my brother, they were like, we're going to the military. We're going to the military. I was like, I don't want to go to the military. Why don't people want to sign up for the military now?
Well, I think the demographic is a little different nowadays.
It's all broccoli hair kids.
They want to be their own boss, dude. You can't be your own boss in the military.
Can't have purple hair in the military.
Yeah. It's not, I don't know, dude. Like World War II, I mean, people were upset they couldn't go. Like people that were declined to go were like killing themselves because they felt like they couldn't serve their country. Now we're complete opposite of that. Like now I don't think anybody wants to go. I mean, I'm sure there are people that want to go, but
would you want to serve under this administration?
I think that's part of the problem. It's also very visual now. Like, I don't think in World War II, you didn't know what you were getting into. Now we can go on our phone and see like what I'm getting into if I'm going in here. Like World War II, they were smiling, having a great time till they got off the ship and started blowing up. And they're like, oh, fuck, maybe we shouldn't have come here.
Well, here's the thing. Everyone thinks the world's burning down nowadays. Everyone thinks that the world is the worst it's ever been. But if you really look back through like even just modern history, you can see that there's been a number of times when we've been completely divided and the world's been fucked like it is right now. I mean, like look at the Civil War.
But at least now we have TikTok to keep ourselves occupied.
Well, I just think that whether you go through like the Civil War area or segregation or when gay rights and women's rights, all that stuff, I think the difference nowadays is that rather you live in the hills of West Virginia or in a castle in Ireland, everyone has the access to everyone. Everyone has the same access to all the same information. So I think it's kind of like that thing like with being on YouTube with bad comments. The 2% always feels like 10%. I think that's how it kind of feels now. It's just the world is a big crowded room and everyone's screaming at the same time. So it just feels like the whole entire world's melting down. Yeah. As far as the military, I just think kids are different nowadays.
It does. I mean, at some point we got to do something though. Like if the numbers continue at the way they are now, I think they already started saying they might want to like raise the retirement age. So I think at the moment you can't join the Army after 30. I think 30 is the cutoff age or whatever to join the Army. I can't join them. I think you can still do Air Force and stuff, but I think the Army, or one of them, I think the branch is like 30 and they start kind of siphoning off. They talked about raising that, which is the same thing to do with pilots. Pilots have the same issue right now. Like no one wants to be a pilot. Like airlines are having a hard time finding pilots. So now they're raising the forced retirement age, so they got to keep their pilots longer.
A buddy of mine he's pretty like high up in like nuclear control base in Ohio, and I was actually talking to him about this not too long ago, and he said we're not as bad off as everyone's making it seem to be. He's like we still have the most powerful military in the world. I know.
Do we?
Absolutely, we have more nukes than everybody in this. I mean,
is it true that if
our defense spending is, I want to say, don't quote me on this, but I want to say the defense spending is, you could take like everyone, so many countries pass us and combine them, and it doesn't come close to our defense spending.
Is it true that if there was a weapon of mass destruction that was flying through the air, and it's like, hey, America, we're coming for you, is it true that we have stuff that would just immediately shoot out of the sky? Like,
yes.
So we're untouchable?
I mean,
well, that was
probably slip one through eventually, but
that was a big thing with Israel. Israel has the Iron Dome. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, the Iron Dome. It's their missile defense system. And I think when all that when it first started with Hamas, I mean they shot down hundreds of missiles,
thousands,
thousands of missiles.
If your defense is in, what if the missile's coming from East Coast or West Coast? Where do you have?
I'm sure we could take a hit, but like I don't know if the entire country's protected like that, but all the main like population centers and stuff, I'm pretty sure are pretty.
Well,
what about us?
We're gonna have. Yeah, well, no one's gonna fuck with middle America. I think it's more or less all the coast.
Dude. We are actually.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like a first nuke strike. They're going to do California. They're going to do
fourth on the list. Somebody did like the 5 most likely places in the U.S. that we get hit with a nuke, and I think the oil area of the Gulf was like 4 or 5.
But here's the thing, and I think everyone's worried about nuclear war, and I don't think nuclear war is a problem at all. I mean, I think everyone remembers the last time, like, the one and only country to nuke somebody and what happened. I mean, they're still picking up the pieces. They still have, wiped out cities. There's still people melted into the sidewalk. You know what I mean? People don't want nuclear war because
no one wins, I feel like.
Absolutely not.
It'll be digital. It'll be like the Leave the World Behind movie, as shitty as a movie as it was, that's actually probably a lot more realistic as what our biggest issue is.
If a nuke hit Galveston, which is an hour away from us, what happens to us?
You'd be all right. We probably wouldn't want to live here long term. Like the radiation would probably be not great, but like you're not going to die from that explosion.
You wouldn't die from the blast, but I mean, yeah.
I think the fallout and stuff's like 100 miles or 80 miles or something. I think
so it would hit us. Yeah.
Like, what happened like a year?
It also depends on what nuke it is.
What happened like a year ago? So when Oz was still working for me, something was going on. What was happening like a year ago where Oz was terrified every day of his life that like, it was Russia. What happened with Russia like a year ago?
Ukraine.
When the Ukraine war started?
I think that was it. This man thought that every day he was going to go out and he would just see like a nuke in the sky. And you know what I told him? I said, listen, young Azamat, you can't stress out about nukes. You know why? Because if it happens and it comes in the sky and you see it, and it's a very pointy, and it sticks in the ground, we're all dead. Like,
I don't know. Here's the thing: Russia can't even put their underwear on the right way. They're still using. I mean, some of the ammunition and stuff they're using is from the 80s. Like,
it still works.
No, not a lot of it, because here's what happened here recently. I think this was like a month or two ago. They sent another attack on Ukraine. They only made it like, what was it, like only like a few miles in like weeks or something like that, and they've retreated. Russia's a mess. They can't, like, the best. Here's the best.
How big Russia is. You ever look at it on a map?
They have a huge military too. They're like the third most powerful military.
Well, they have all the frozen tundra, bro. It's so big.
Yeah, but the population center's only 10% of it.
But the problem with Russia is they are better home team players. Like,
well, that's everyone.
Not the United States, baby.
Well, no, but
we thrive on the road.
It is infinitely harder to attack somebody than it is to defend from somebody. We are much better off holding the U.S. than trying to go. I mean, we have the best military in the world. We would have a hard time taking over like Mexico. Without wiping, I guess, if you're cool with casualties, you're good. But like trying to take over another country, but also limit the amount of casualties for civilians, that's insanely hard to do.
That's the issue over in the Middle East, because we're not fighting the military, we're fighting them. You know what I mean? It's like they're all dressed the same. They're military. They have sweatpants, flip flops, and cowboy hats on. Like, they're not exactly in full on military garb.
If you took the Russian military and the Ukrainian military and put them in a field and said go, Russia's steamrolling them. But when you say take over Ukraine, we got all these fucking civilians and they're hiding out and they have their tunnel systems and shit. It's so much harder.
So when you say America has like the best,
we have the best technology.
So you think, America fucks.
Yeah.
So you think like, are we?
Look at it this way.
Ain't nobody touching us?
Israel.
China has a lot of people.
Yeah.
China's military is bigger, like people wise, because they got a fuck ton of people. But as far as just like pure, just like our Air Force, just pure power. Like, there's not a country in the world that even.
So,
but how? I thought China has like more money than us. Wouldn't they? Whoever has more money, it's kind of like with cars. Whoever.
I think they're catching us. But I think I saw the other day, actual power, like firepower and stuff. Israel is like the second most powerful behind us.
That means they have the most bullets?
No, it's because Israel is us.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Israel has all of our weapons, all of our technology. We give them everything. We give Israel, I think it's like $100 billion a year in military funding.
All their shit has the American flag on it, baby.
But because of that, like, that puts it in perspective. Israel is one of the most powerful militaries in the world, and it's us. And we're just giving them shit.
And they are ruthless, too, obviously.
So, like, we're siphoning some of our shit to them, and that has made them more powerful than pretty much anyone else. So imagine us as an actual...
You know what I just literally cannot wrap my head around? And this might sound just like, that's because I live with my head in the dirt. Now, let me finish my thought here. I don't understand. I get different parts of the world. You have different communities, religions, whatever. But I just can't, like, why? We're all in the same floating rock in the world, or flat, whatever you want to think. Flat rock. Why do we just why do we just want to blow each other off the map? I don't understand it. Like, you think it'd be like, hey, y'all do your thing over there, we'll do our thing.
Power, money.
I just don't.
Land.
And here's
resources.
I don't get it.
Mostly resources. If I told you the entire sour candy supply is going to be gone in the next 10 years.
Wait, these are good. Put it in perspective. I can think.
There's no more sour candy in the next 10 years. We're going to go through it.
You better not.
So right now you're competing with 3 other big Sour Patch Kids and Airheads or something like that.
Okay.
You kind of want to get rid of them, right? Don't you want Sour Strips to have the 10 years worth of supply?
I do.
And don't they want you to not have it? So now you're at a little weird... And all it takes is a couple radicalized people over here to say, nah, fuck that, we're going to go sabotage him. And then
what is the sour candy that all the other countries want? Like
oil.
Mostly oil, yeah.
Oil's just underneath of us, guys. Just drill down. But don't go too far, you'll fall through the earth.
But, I mean, that's essentially how the Afghanistan war started.
Or the Middle East. So Middle East is... I think a lot of the Middle East is on oil. They just predicate it on religion. I don't think it's actually as divided as they... say it. I think it more so has to do with oil than anything else. They just put that on top of it. Because Middle East, like most of the conflicts in the Middle East, are 99% of the time it's religion.
Who would you say is one of the most evil, malicious people in the world?
People or countries?
Person.
Kim Jong-un, North Korea.
So when someone is an evil individual, like, do you think they wake up and like have like breakfast and whatever, or do you think they just wake up and like actually like a villain, like, okay, now we must take over the world, but I'm gonna stop in Chipotle real fast and get a sandwich or something, you know, like what goes through, like, do you just have evil thoughts all the time, or just it's at one point you're like,
I think Kim Jong-un is mostly just wakes up and eats a lot of cheese, and then gets on his train and takes trips around.
He's a fucking dictator, dude. He's grown up. He better know anything.
Do you know
else.
much about North Korea?
it's above South Korea.
Well, do you know anything about the country?
You don't want to go there.
You can literally be like hung in public for having a bootleg CD. Like,
What happened to that kid that took the poster from?
He died.
I
Yeah.
know.
No fucking hard labor camp.
I'm sorry, but the dumbass should have known better.
Yeah, you don't steal shit. Same with the fucking WNBA player in Russia. Like, don't take weed to Russia.
Yeah,
Joe's
That's
real
on
angry
you.
about that.
Brittany
Yeah, I'm mad
Griner.
about that.
Yeah,
We
she's
traded
a-
like some crazy fucking mass killer from Russia, like this high up Russian dude for a fucking WNBA player that scores 8 points a game.
Okay, here's
Yeah.
a
and
scenario.
hates our country.
If she got like 50 points a game, I might be okay.
Here's the
with it.
scenario. You I was gonna say you're in the WNBA. No, you.
I could be.
You are.
I
You're a
identify as
basketball
women.
player. Okay. You're in. Was it Russia? You go to Russia. Okay. Now Joe's addicted to vaping. Takes his little vape. Whoopsie, didn't know. Oh, whoopsies.
No,
okay?
you know. No one doesn't know.
Now, are you like, yeah, trade that
yeah,
terrorist
obviously,
guy?
if it's for me, but I understand as a country, if you're like, no, you're an idiot, you're staying there. I don't expect the country to do that for me. That's a big fuck up.
I think everyone jumped on Brittany Griner simply because like of how much she hates America, and then America saved her ass.
How could you hate America if you live in America? Actually, there's a lot of people that hate
Well,
America.
apparently
What?
she's into it now. She got back and because she was like a big like not standing for the allegiance and stuff, and now all of a sudden she is. Now that she's back, she's standing now.
Yeah, that's the like.
It is not
That's
the,
where she-
the Pledge of Allegiance, Joe.
National anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the. You
Yeah,
know
it's-
what's kind of like a wild when you think about that as a kid, when you look back, like we're like little kids, like it's wild we had like chants about like
Dude,
we love our country.
Yeah,
I
pro-
saw
it's-
something
it's propaganda.
the other day. So we talked about religion. I'd never thought about this before. We talked about religion and if it's real and yada yada yada. Somebody had a thing and they were like, if you don't think Christianity is that big of a deal or it's not real or whatever, like, or I think it was if you don't think Christianity is that big of a deal or religion's that big of a deal in 2024, 2024 years since what? Our entire fucking calendar system is based off of that.
Yeah, BC before Christ.
Yeah.
Like everyone across, no matter what religion you are, our fucking year system is based off of a religion.
Right.
That's great. I don't know why that
Well, I
never
think
dawned on me before.
every society in the world is based off religion for the most part.
yes, but yeah, I mean that's like a like it's hard to say like, oh, it doesn't really matter and affect us. And
Look,
like,
guys, at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of aliens on this floating rock that don't know what we're doing. We're all gonna die. And in 100 years, everyone that you know and everyone that knows you is dead.
Dead.
Every single person that knows you exist, that you know in your life, is dead. They could have been just born yesterday. They're dead. 100 years. Everyone's dead.
Looking forward to it.
What?
Just kidding.
All right, I'm going to wrap this episode up.
I gotta
All over the place. Let me know what you thought about this. Did you like Ryan? Do we have him come back?
Thank
Do
you.
you like Joe?
little
Should we have
three-way
him?
pod. I'm here to stay now, dude. You got my chair. I ain't going anywhere.
This is my chair, dude.
My chair now.
That will end this episode. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're on any sort of podcast streaming service, give us a 5-star review. Don't know what it does, but I think it helps. New episodes every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, unless you don't get one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Eat more sour strips.
Goodbye.
Endeavor forward.
Oh, is that it?
Woof! I think that was a good one.
I thought that was a good one too.
Title it like sitting dick pics. There you go.